What's everybody? This is Z-Dub, Zach Woodall checking in with you, and this is going to be the first edition of Drunk Comic Book History. That's right. We drinking our Coors Light. It's me and my boy Philip, and we are going to walk you through today Deadpool. That's right. Not only Deadpool, but one of Deadpool's favorite runs of all time. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. So I asked my boy Philip, a.k.a. the Chester. I said, man, Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. Is that what you know the most about? He said, for sure. So we're going to see if he stumbles. We're going to see if he bumbles. Leave your comments below. Like the page. Like the video. You know you want to. It's going to be fun. If you like it enough, we mess around. We might do this a few more times. So we're going to get into it right now. So here's my boy Chester. Don't laugh at him. He can be holding his neck the whole time. It's just what he does. But nonetheless, here we go. Here's Philip. So Philip, man, first thing I got to know is what's the general plot? I mean, if the title doesn't give it away anyway, of Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe.
Obviously, Deadpool is going to kill the Marvel Universe. The comic book starts. The X-Men are leading him into an insane asylum. They want to get him help. They think he's a little too nuts, which who doesn't think Deadpool is? So he comes in. The first scene you see is a burning house at Reed Richards' house.
Fantastic Four.
Right. Burning.
Johnny Storm did that shit, though. We can't blame Deadpool.
Alright. Well, he starts dying. Everybody's dying.
Who starts dying?
The Fantastic Four. Reed Richards is dead. The kids are all dead. Sue Storm's dead.
We're not sure Sue Storm's dead, though.
You're right. Not at the beginning.
Because she's invisible.
Anyway. It goes back through it. Like I said, you're reading the story. You think, I believe it's Reed Richards that comes up and throws Deadpool into the fire. He starts to burn. Next thing you know, he comes back with all his little scars, whatever.
So it burnt the suit off of him?
Burnt the suit off of him. He's in there. He ends up stabbing Reed Richards and Sue Storm through the chest with a sword after they think it's done. And then it goes a cutaway scene to the Watcher.
Hold up.
Okay.
Deadpool gonna stab Mr. Fantastic, a.k.a. Plastic Man.
Yes.
How does he not just expand his body out and not just absorb the blow?
Blindside, I guess. Come from the back.
Alright. I'm gonna let it slide this time.
Alright, so you go to the Watcher. The Watcher's explaining, blah, 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 watch this universe for tens of thousands of years. And what I love most about Deadpool is it has the fourth wall break. Deadpool comes in with one of the phasers that Reed Richards created himself and kills the Watcher. So, Watcher's dead and our story begins. Next scene, battle with Spider-Man. Spider-Man...
thought they was buddies.
Not in this scene. The asylum, they gave him some drugs that made him crazy. All the voices in his head are...
Spider-Man or
Deadpool. They give him a bunch of different drugs and stuff. It becomes all the different voices in his head and stuff.
Wait. This is drunken comic book history, folks. Drunken comic book history. Do you think he's drunk?
Maybe.
There it is. Now continue. Spider-Man.
Okay, so you see news stories about how Dr. Doom was thrown on a electrical line to kill him. There's been multiple heroes, minor heroes, been killed before this. Goes into the battle with Spider-Man. Yes.
Pause.
Pause.
Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom.
At times can control electricity.
Mm-hmm.
Was thrown on an electrical line and killed.
Yes.
Bullshit.
It doesn't explain it in the comic book. All you see is Dr. Doom's dead body on the electrical line.
One of the top 3 villains in the Marvel Universe.
Yes.
Dead by what he can control.
Yes. Without an explanation.
Better been choked around that moment.
So you start out, and of course, the wittiness of Spider-Man with the smart-assness of Deadpool is always fun to listen to. They're in a huge battle. Deadpool tells Spider-Man he's going to cut him up with his swords, and Spider-Man says, many villains have tried, all have failed. At that point, Deadpool says, I can try something that they haven't. And Spider-Man says, what? He blows his head off with a pistol. So
Spider senses didn't work.
There goes Spider-Man.
No Spidey senses today, folks.
There goes Spider-Man. At this point, the Avengers are having a meeting with Wolverine, Ant-Man, Tony Stark's heading it with Thor. Hulk's not there at this point. Going through all this, they're talking about how we're going to stop Deadpool. Later on, Deadpool breaks into that area. We start a battle. He slices, believe he explodes, sets off a bomb in the Avengers headquarters, which kills most of them, kills Tony Stark. Does not kill Thor.
Iron Man go out by a bomb?
Yes. He did not have a suit on, it was Tony Stark.
Oh, okay.
Kills most of them.
Shrap metal. Got it.
Yeah, it happens. He kills them. Pause.
Anytime you pause in this, the rules is you take a drink.
So, they're in the Avengers. Thor gets angry. He's going for Deadpool at this point. As you know, when he throws his hammer, the hammer comes back to him. When he throws the hammer, Deadpool has stolen some Pym particles, which can shrink or increase size of whatever object they're pouring on. When Thor throws the hammer, Deadpool dodges it, throws Pym particles on it. The hammer enlarges, comes back to Thor, crushes him, killing him.
Thor just got crushed by his hammer, bro. Just by his hammer.
At this point, you go to a different scene. Hulk comes in at this point.
Smashing Deadpool.
Hulk gets angry. He says, "You killed all Hulk's friends and enemies. Hulk has no one to play with anymore." So Hulk proceeds to rip Deadpool in half.
That's how Hulk rolls.
Picks him up.
Because no one stronger than Hulk. We'll get into this later.
The Hulk rips Deadpool in half. As we all know, Deadpool can regenerate. The Hulk at this point got tired, crawls up into a cave, falls asleep. When he's not angry, he reduces back into Bruce Banner, where Deadpool has regenerated and grabs a sword and walks in, catches him napping, cuts Bruce Banner's head off. No more Hulk. Sorry.
Thor done been squished.
After that,
take a drink. You messed the story up. Coors Light.
After this, you go into a lot. It's a lot of story is missed. You don't know where he went or whatever. You're just in this moment where Wolverine, who he's killed before in the story, has regenerated and he is back and not very happy.
No McGill.
Yes, and it's Wolverine. So Deadpool comes in wearing the skin of Beast, the blue pelt from Beast, and has his wife and child hung up in an acid room where it's constantly burning their skin where they can't regenerate. They're reduced to a metal skeleton. So Wolverine is obviously very angry. He comes in, tries to fight him. At this point, Deadpool has also have a adamantium sword, which he uses to cut Wolverine's head off, thereby killing him. Because that's the only metal in the world that can kill Wolverine.
When does his head grow back? His body?
No, none of his head is disconnected. Has to be connected to vital organs.
Brain ain't vital?
None of his disconnected.
Drink.
So there goes that. At this point, Deadpool's wondering what's going on with this universe. Is it worth saving? What's his point in this universe? Is he worth anything? And he goes out into the swamp where he meets the last Marvel character, which is Man-Thing. Man-Thing has...
Not as good as Swamp Thing?
No, nowhere close.
But they do the same thing.
They live in the same area.
We can argue that later.
We will. Man-Thing has the power to jump between dimensions, and Man-Thing has a telepathic conversation with Deadpool. You don't know exactly what's said, but pretty much Deadpool agrees. He says, "You're right, this isn't the universe that we have a problem with." So he decides not to kill Man-Thing. instead sends him through the inner dimensions. He posts up in this hallway where he comes out of the dimension portal, whatever. He comes out, and as he walks around the corner, he looks into a room where there's 3 guys with a idea board up, and one of the writers is saying, and at that point Deadpool looks around the corner, and it ends, and the next scene is Deadpool smiling at the end, saying he killed the writer of the story.
He didn't kill Stan Lee, did he?
No, Stan Lee is not in this one.
Well, you said he killed a Watcher.
He did kill a Watcher, yes.
Wasn't Stan Lee's Watcher.
Now, Stan Lee is a Watcher in the cinematic universe. Or like, I think there's hundreds of Watchers in the actual comic.
Just killed one Watcher.
Just killed one. The Watcher of that particular timeline.
Gotcha.
Like I said, this is not an effect of the original Marvel storyline. This is a 4-book series. An alternate timeline, if you will, a what-if story.
Who did it better, Punisher or Deadpool?
Deadpool, absolutely. I actually skipped a lot of that now. I'd actually need to take a drink because he does kill Punisher in this story, and I missed it.
How did he kill Punisher?
I will go back to that. Punisher, actually Moon Knight is actually hired first to kill Deadpool. Moon Knight doesn't last very long. Aunt May and a bunch of the Marvel family members hire Moon Knight to kill Deadpool. He handles him pretty quickly. The Punisher finds out about this. He decides he's going to take him out. He's got a room set up in a hotel with his sniper set up. Deadpool has a dummy set up, so he's got that in sight. And as he sets it up, Deadpool walks behind him. He says, I know this whole killing the Marvel Universe thing is kind of yours, but I do it better. And proceeds to kill Punisher that way. So that was a little part of the story.
Who did it first?
Punisher.
He does it good.
He does.
Remember we need to talk about that one time.
Didn't say it was a bad story. Just Deadpool does a lot of things better than a lot of people.
It's because Deadpool's crazy.
It's a more entertaining read, yeah.
Man, if you like the drunk comic book history, leave a comment below. If you didn't like it, leave a comment below. Don't really care. Like it, dislike it, share it to your friends. Let them all know. I'm Zach Woodall, Z-Dub, KSW for life. That was Chester bringing you the heat on the Deadpool Kills the Universe. Leave some comments below. Let us know what you want us to review. We thinking about the Dark Victory next. Batman's always a fun read. I'm going to rerun it with that one. So just leave a comment below if you want to see more of these. If you don't watch anymore. If you do, leave that like, leave that share, and we'll holler at you next time.